8, 11, 23, 40, 41, 40. Lotto. Get Lotto. Mama, where? Lotto. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kopano Shimange and this is How I Do Things, the show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. Now you can take it as advice, use it, don't use it, it is completely up to you. You can take it as entertainment, you can just laugh about it, whatever you want to do. I'm just letting you know what I would do if I was in your shoes. Now, it is no secret that I want to be rich. Now actually no, rich is for small children. I want to be wealthy, stinking rich, just filthy met geld. It's a Talented Tuesday, so today we're going to be talking about that shmoney, honey, and we're going to be talking about things that are holding us back. There's certain habits that are honestly holding us back from making the money that we want to make, from accumulating the wealth that we want to accumulate. So even if our money is getting higher and it's getting bigger and we're stacking that paper, there's certain habits that is just stealing from that stack of money that we are making, and they're holding us back from actually moving forward in our lives. These habits can be the type of things that will keep you in debt no matter how much money you make. Listen, there are millionaires out there, people who earn millions on a year-to-year basis. However, they are just not able to hold on to that money, and there's certain things, bad habits, that are holding them back and keeping them in that bad place. Now today I'm going to be sharing those tips and tricks with you, and you know, those aren't just normal common budgeting, saving type of tricks and tips and strategies. We get a little deeper than that, and I always save the best for last, so stick around so that you can see that. Now if you have any questions that you want to send to me, head over to my Instagram at Kopano Shimange and look for this picture right here in my Instagram story highlights. Click reply and let me know what you want me to chat about in our next video. All about money, all about being mama, being a woman, maybe being single and trying to find a man, or style, whatever it is about being the woman that we are. Let me know and we'll do a video about that next. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into those bad money habits that are holding you back and what you need to change right now. Number one, you're way too passive about your income. Now I know many of us dream of making that passive income, that money that just flows in without us doing nothing. However, we are being too passive about the money that we're actively working for, and that's the money you earn from your salary. Are you earning the best that you can earn in your position and in your level? Yes or no? For many of us, that answer is no. We have to start off by first finding out, what is everybody else in my level earning? Everybody else who's doing my job in my level with kind of similar experience, what is the bracket that I should be looking for? And once you find that out, you need to compare and say, why am I not earning in the same level? Is it the company I'm working for? Is it experience? Or is it the fact that I'm not inquiring about my salary? Am I not being active enough about, number one, asking or wanting what I actually deserve or what I think I am worth, or having a sit down with your HR, with your boss, and finding out, what can I do to increase my salary? What can I do to match the market? Or maybe it may be time for you to go look somewhere else where they're willing to pay you what you are worth. But it starts first by being active about what you're earning as your salary, instead of just being chilled and saying, I'm pretty sure they're paying me what I deserve. Number two, you are too passive about your investments. Now you may be thinking, I don't have any investments, but here's the thing. If you're earning a salary, then you could be contributing, most probably you're contributing into your pension. And that is one of the most basic investments that we have, because we're saving money over time so that we can have money coming into our pockets after we retire. But many of us don't actually know what's going on with that. What is the value of your pension? How is it growing? How is it doing? Many pensions at the moment actually haven't been growing, and we don't even know that because we're not inquiring about what's going on. The other thing about the savings and the investments investments that we have, especially the ones that are basic, that are related to our retirement, is that we don't know whether it's going to be enough to give us the money we need once we retire. So you need to start asking the right questions. Where is my money? How is it doing? Is it going to be enough for me to retire? We can't just be passive. You're giving someone else your money and you're not gonna find out how it's doing? Are you rich? No. You can't do that. Even the richest people want to know what's happening with every single penny that they have. So if you have any sort of investment, starting with your most basic, your retirement savings and investments, find out what's happening with that and start getting more active about other investments outside of that. Number 3, you're completely shocked when you run out of money at the end of the month. There's nothing in my account. This cannot shock you. You need to know what's happening with your money and where it is going and why you're coming down to at the end of the month. Ideally, you should have a couple of $1,000 left in your account by the end of the month, but many of us don't because we're living beyond our means, right? So we need to find out, what is it that I'm actually spending on and when is my money going to run out? It should not be a shock when it is all gone at the end of the month. And this leads me to number 4, which is that we don't know where our money goes. On a very serious note, there's some of us spending over R1,000. This happened to me. I used to spend over R1,000 on my airtime on a monthly basis, and I just started to think to myself, why do I not have a cell phone contract? For the amount of minutes that I'm using, for the amount of data that I'm using, I could have actually been on a cell phone contract. And other times it works out the other way, where it's actually better for you to have a pay-as-you-go contract for your cell phone or pay-as-you-go SIM card for your cell phone. So where's your money going? You may be spending on things and you don't actually realize that you're spending thousands of rands on eating out, or you're spending a whole lot of money on subscriptions, or you're spending a whole lot of money on airtime or food. Where does your money go? Look at your expenses and start to find out, okay, fine, this is actually how much I'm spending on this one thing per month. This is how much I'm spending on clothing. This is how much I'm spending on data. Finding that out will help you look at your behavior, because building money, building wealth isn't just about how much money is coming in, but it's also about your behavior, what you do when you have money. Some of us, we itch. We need to do something with our money all the time. So you need to also have that itch for finding out what's happening with your money. Number 5, you're relying on your credit card. Now look, if you're pulling out your credit card and using it every single month, then my darling, I've got very sad news for you. This is devastating. You have a problem. This is a problem. You can't be using your credit card every single month. Think about it this way. So every month the bank says, hey, how are you? I hope you're good. Here is R100 for you to use. If you need it, it's fine. I'll give it to you. Just use it. At the end of the month, you can just pay me back that R100 plus 14 Rand. Okay, great. That is what happens every single month. So you use R100, you're paying back 114. Or you're using 1,000 Rand and you're paying back 1,140 Rand. That is what happens every single month. You are spending more money than you're making. If you need to pull out your credit card every single month, it means that you're borrowing money because you don't have enough money that you're earning. That means that you're spending more than what you're earning, and that is a problem. You should not be using your credit card every single month. And if you are, you need to go find out, what am I spending it on and can I cut it out? You can't. You're basically building a hole for yourself every single month. You are paying interest on something that you shouldn't be paying interest on every month. So you're left with less money than you have when it comes in. Number 6, you compare your money to other people's money. I know there's some of you who are just like, oh, I don't do this one, sharp, move on. But that's not usually the case. So it starts really simple, right? So your friend buys coffee every single day, your colleague that you work with. So you're just like, let me also buy coffee. We walk in together, so we'll both buy coffee every day. Or your friends are going out to lunch this Friday, so you're thinking, let me also go out to lunch this Friday. Your colleagues are traveling and going on holiday, so you're thinking, maybe I should also be traveling and going on holiday. Your peers are buying houses, so you think to yourself, maybe it's time for me to buy a house as well. That is comparison. When you're taking cues from other people or when you're following other people's behavior, it may not look like comparison, but it is. You think you're at the same place that someone else is financially, so you make the same financial moves. You buy the coffee with them, you buy the clothes with them, you go on lunches, because that's what people who kind of earn the same as you are doing, so you should be able to do it too, right? Wrong. Our money situations aren't the same. You may earn exactly the same as your friend, but your friend is spending her money completely differently to you. She may be saving and you're not saving. She may be putting her money away or making investments and you're not making the same investments. She could be spending money that she's getting from a side income while you're spending your salary. That's not the way that the world works. We cannot compare our financial situations to someone else's financial situations because we don't know what they do with their money. You may be earning only one stream of income while somebody else is earning two. And that's why they're able to shop. That's why they're able to do the things that they're able to do. So you need to be very careful about doing something that someone else is doing or taking cues from your peers, your colleagues, or people around you. Don't follow other people's suggestions about what you should buy and when you should buy it. You should look at your own financial situations, look at your money, and make your own decisions all by yourself. Peer pressure when it comes to money will get you in a very big hole. Just don't do it. Number 7 is that you're relying on only one income stream. This is very common. A lot of people are just like, I'm earning a salary, so that should be good enough. And it's never good enough. You should be looking at earning some sort of money from something else. Interest income from your investments, maybe a side hustle that you may have, earning money from investments that you've made into businesses, into shares, into stocks, whatever it is that you can make income from apart from your salary. Use your salary to get another source of income so that at the end of the month, it is not only your bank or your business going bing bing at the end of the month with your salary, but it is also other income that's going bing bing, money in your bank account. That's how you then start to accumulate more wealth by having more income streams. And remember all those other bad habits I spoke about? If you have more money, it doesn't mean you need to spend more money at the end of the month. Getting in more money means more savings and more investments, which means more income at the end of the month again. So look at other ways that you can build other streams of income, and that's how you then start to accumulate that money, honey. Number 8, you're not building a relationship with your money. Do you spend time with your money? Do you just sit there with your money and go, hi money, how are you doing today? Oh, catching up with your money, finding out how the emotions of your money. How is money's life going? Is money in a relationship? Does money need some advice? Does money need to be, cuddled a little bit, shown a bit of affection? What needs to happen with your money? I like the concept of going on a money date every single month, and I learned this from Mapalo's book, Mapalo Maku, You're Not Broke, You're Pre-Rich. And she says you need to go on a money date with your money all the time, and I really love that. So going on a money date with your money just so that you can find out what's going on. What do I need to do? Do you need some help? Do I need to show you a few things? Now I'll go on a money date at least once a week and sometimes even more. And I found something that helps me do that really easily, and that is the plug for today. 22/7 is my new favorite app. Now I've been using it for a while and they've made some good upgrades that really help me to see what my net worth is. Now I've come to realize that I've got a positive net worth, and that makes me very happy. So even with all my debts or with everything that I need to repay, I still have a positive instead of a negative. Here's the thing, many people when they go onto this app and they link all of their financial assets, all their bank accounts, all of their debts, all of their incomes, all of their investments, they find out that they have a negative net wealth, like a net value. It's really sad. So going on to 22/7, what it does is that it allows you to connect to all of your bank accounts so that you can see how much you have in your bank, in your savings, in your investments, as well as your debts. It compares them and it gives you the final net value of how much you have when you take all of that's positive minus all of the negative. Now, if you have a house, if you have a car, it may come down to a final negative. But that doesn't mean that you can't move your money back up so that you have a positive net wealth, right? So using this app really helps me to keep above of that, looking at even my retirement savings. How are those going? having that and knowing that I've got a positive net value makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm working towards a good wealth number that I want to work towards. So if you want to know, do you have a positive or negative net value? What's your net worth? Do you need to start working on your money? Are there any investments that you need to go into? Get yourself the 24/7 app and start going on those money dates, finding out, money, how are you doing today? Now, the overarching thing about all of these tips is that you need to be more involved with your money. Many people are very passive about it. They get a salary, they spend it, whatever happens at the end of the month happens. But if you want to build real wealth, if you want to stop being broke, if you want to start building something that's going to have a whole lot of money for you and your kids and leave them with some sort of financial legacy, then you need to be more involved with your money. Build a good relationship with it so that you're like big buddies with your money. That's how we get to the billions, baby. Now, people who earn a salary become millionaires all the time because they've got good money habits. So these were the bad money habits that are holding you back, and next week we'll look at the good money habits that are going to move you forward. But until then, beautiful people, I hope that you guys enjoyed this Chalata Tuesday. Until the next one, I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is How I Do Things. Hey gorgeous, thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. Now, if you want any financial resources that will help you to look at your money, look at what's going on, and figure out the number that you need to work towards if you're going to build real wealth in your life, then head over to my website. Here it is, kopanoshimange.com, and download the free resources that I have for you. Now, if you have not subscribed, click on my face right there, and that will help you to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, gorgeous. Mwah. Bye.